Arise, my darling, my fair one, come away, for now the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. Those are words from Song of Songs, Shir Ashirim, which is a song that we sang today, and it's part of our service, and it's also part of our Passover service. I'm gonna stop for a minute. Sorry.
Oh no, keep going.
Oh, sorry.
Don't let me stop you.
The Song of Song is actually part of the Passover celebration. On this Shabbat, it's a tradition to read Shir Hashirim, Song of Songs, and it's Passover already.
Woohoo!
And we are here. This is our month anniversary of coming to you in this way.
Wow.
Virtually.
Wow.
How does it feel now that we have a month underneath?
It feels like this is what we do for a while. It feels pretty natural, I think. I missed everybody personally, but I know it sounds crazy, but I can feel everybody out there. I can feel our people, and that gives me so much peace and strength to go out back into the week. So I am very grateful that we are doing this. And thank you all out there for being here with us. It's amazing.
Today we are joined again this week by Howard Pittler. Howard, how are you? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
and
Shalom,
Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom, Leslie.
Shabbat
Great to have you. And
Shalom.
Leslie Zucker is always here with me, and Rabbi Javier Carapan. And we're coming to you today from the studio at Blue Fox Production in Lenexa.
Thanks, Blue Fox.
You can find links to our Sidur in our Facebook event, as well as links to our Mishe Berach and Kaddish list, which you will find in the e-news that you received earlier today. Please say hi if you are watching by typing Shabbat Shalom in the comment space, and don't forget to hit enter. Also, this would be a great time to share our Facebook live streaming on all your social media. And I've already done that, so
Me too.
we're all sharing. Just a reminder about our page numbers. If you have two sets of page numbers, we are calling the numbers in the brackets. So please find Shabbat evening service Roman numeral 2 in your Mishkan Tefillah. The page numbers are at the bottom corners of the image. We're using the square brackets. And just like last week, we are monitoring all our comments, and we'll try to answer your questions as they come up. So It's wonderful to be here on this Shabbat, and this is a new normal for us, and I think that's not a bad thing as long as we keep doing what we do, which is come together on Shabbat to welcome the holiday that comes every week.
No, I'm sorry. Don't make it. Okay, I will not be sharing it to my personal page because I still can't figure it out.
I don't know if you could hear, but we could hear ourselves through her phone.
I still can't figure it out. I'm sorry, everybody.
So it's time for us to welcome Shabbat together by lighting the Shabbat candles. The blessings are on page 120. If you are lighting candles at home, please join us now and light the candles. I got my Kingsford here ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
On page 142, we join together in singing Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Oh, that was fun. We'll be doing that again.
We continue now on page 138 with Lecha Dodi. And since we are by ourselves sort of singing, we don't have to sing along with anybody, we're going to do something different. We're going to do stanzas 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9.
All of the odd ones.
How odd.
How odd.
I feel like there's something really appropriate that we are doing the
I like odd numbers.
versus-
I like odd numbers.
La 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 Dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat.
B'nei Shabbat nekabe.
La 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 likrat Dodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala. Ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat.
B'nei Shabbat
Shabbat
קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבט בעמק הבכר, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה. יאי די די, יאללה לה 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 לך דודי, יאללה לה 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 לקראת כלה, יאללה לה 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 פני שבת, פני שבת וקרלה. שוסייך ברחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי משוש חתן על כלה. בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמונה עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. יאי לי לי, יאללה לה 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 לך דודי, יאללה לה 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 לקראת כלה, יאללה לה 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבל, לה 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 לך דודי, יאללה לה 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 לקראת כלה, יאללה לה 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 פני שבת, פני שבת נקבל. Our service will continue now. Oh, excuse me. Page 266. I'll give you a moment to get there because it is a little farther down than we normally go. And this is our Shabbat evening service number 2. And in a moment, we will read together the blessing before the recitation of the Shema. It's on page 266. Hold on a second. I need to find it myself. It takes me a minute. Sorry. In each age, we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment, we are addressed by the world. In each age, we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment, we stand face to face with truth. In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder. In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Israel. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לעולכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Amen. We join together on page 270, sing the words of Mi Chamoch.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
We continue together on page 271. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety, and in your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
ברוך אתה, אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום. שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. ברוך אתה, אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום. שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל. ועל ירושלים ועל כל עמו, ועל ירושלים שלום.
we've been doing the Amidah this way for now almost a month. So I guess it's a new tradition. The tradition, though, is that we make space available for all of us to be together, for you to be home with your loved ones, and for us to be here bringing this moment of Shabbat into the chaotic, sometimes, situation in which we find ourselves. So this is a little oasis of Shabbat, of peace. And so we're going to get out of the way for a few minutes now. And on page 273, we'll begin together the Amidah, the standing prayer. You can stand at home or remain seated. And then use the words in the Siddur on our prayer book through page 285 to have your moment of Shabbat, of your personal prayers, or if it's more comforting to you, to use the words of our tradition. And after that, we'll come back together and we'll join together in song.
Stand and pray to the one. Step forward, let the blessings be sung. With my brothers and my sisters, I will open up my lips and praise. Adonai, please open my heart that I may say, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Ata Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Ata Tasim Leolam. Ki Ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et Amecha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. לעולם, טסים לעולם.
We now take a moment to think of those in need of healing. We invite you to add names in the comment line and then click enter. We have many other names in our Mishaberach list, which you can access through our e-news. So please go ahead and offer names for healing in our comment lines. And while you do that, we take a moment to offer special prayer for those who are taking care of the ill in these very difficult times in our city, in our country, and around the world. May the one who blessed and led our forebears give countenance unto those who provide help for the ill and troubled among us. May they be filled with fortitude and courage, endowed with sympathy and compassion, as they give strength to those at their side. May they fight against despair and continue to find within themselves the will to reach out to those in need. And in their love of others, may they feel the blessing of community and the blessing of renewed faith. It is now time for our Simcha moment. So please again, look at your screen and find the place where it says comment. And there next to that space, you can type a message that we can all see. And if you are so moved, please share a special Simcha, a joy from this past week, which it could include a birthday, anniversary, good news, and accomplishments of all and any kind. And please just use a few words. And from today, this Shabbat, the first Shabbat of Pesach, after Pesach, until Shavuot, during our Simcha moment is when we count our Omer and offer some words about.
Counting.
Now, talking about finding things that ground us at these difficult times. I mean, the counting of the Omer is like, thank you.
It's solid.
It's solid.
Yeah.
Today is the 17th of Nisan, and it's the second day of the Omer. And I'm using a book that we've used in the past by Rabbi Karen Kedar. It's called Omer Accounting. And the topic for today, the theme for this Shabbat, this first counting, actually the second day of the Omer, is change. And I thought, well, have we learned a thing or two about change in the last month or so?
Yeah.
So first, words by Robin L. Silverman from the book The 10 Gifts. Change is difficult, not simply because it is a journey into the unknown, but because we grow restless and unsure of ourselves too easily. We moan like children. Why aren't we there yet? You may be thinking, after I feel better, then I'll use my gifts. Or I'll look for my gift the next time I'm in trouble. You can choose to think of your gifts only as emergency first aid. But if you do, you're missing the point. If you recognize them as the constant companions they are, they can not only restore your peace after it has been broken, they can provide support so that your life never falls apart again.
Right in the heart. Right in the
I thought
heart.
this was,
Wow.
that they wrote this specifically for this time of pandemic.
Yeah.
And these are now the words of Rabbi Kedar. We change when we decide to change. And we grow when we decide to grow. Decision is the consciousness that we must try that we must try another way. When we decide to be better, we are. When we decide to embark on a path of greatness, we do. When we decide to live another way, we can. When we realize that every day we are once again invited to live a life of beauty, then we need only say yes. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Praise are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, instilling within us the holiness of mitzvot by commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the second day of the Omer.
Rabbi, why do we count the Omer?
We count the Omer from the beginning of Pesach until the time of Shavuot. Now, the word Omer was a kind of type of offering that we will bring. And it's actually 50 days from the beginning of Pesach until the day of Shavuot, because Pesach and Shavuot are also connected on the agricultural cycle. So we're going from this beginning of the springtime to the harvest of the first fruits that we will enjoy in Shavuot.
So did we count them to make sure everybody got there at the same time?
What do you mean?
Like why? So this holiday is here and this holiday is here. Why do we actually count the days? Every day? Because we don't do that between other holidays.
Well, because in the one explanation is in the biblical calendar, the first day of Nisan, and then when Passover falls, you get the whole year kind of counting from there. So you have to, if you have Pesach on the right day and then you count everything, you get all the other holidays tied together. So you have 50 days to Shavuot, and then you have, from there you count until you get to Rosh Hashanah, and then...
Did we used to count all the other ones and we just
Not
stopped?
exactly like this. It's because of the calendar is, we name the holidays Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot. So we go Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot. Those are the 3 days. There were specific things that were brought to the temple on that. So you have a kind of two levels. You have the level of the holiday that we celebrate, freedom and the giving of the Torah, Shavuot, and all those things. But then you have the agricultural counting. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if we have time, but in the there is a very long discussion in rabbinic period, in the rabbinic period, in which the Torah says you should count the Omer mimochorat Shabbat, from the next day after Shabbat. The question is, what does the word Shabbat mean? And some think that Shabbat means the first Shabbat after Pesach, which would be today. But the rabbinic opinion is Shabbat means the first day of Pesach.
Okay.
Because it's like Shabbat, so you count from the next day. But I think that whoever controls the calendar controls life.
Right.
And so this was not a trivial decision. If people had different opinions as to when the calendar will fall, then they really had a different view of the world.
Yeah.
And in the Second Temple period, we know that the group that gathered at Qumran, and we don't know exactly what they were doing, but they had their own calendar. And there's another book in the times of the Second Temple called the Book of Jubilees that has its own calendar. So calendars are very... professor of mine, Dr. Ben Zion Wacholder, Alav Shalom, is a wonderful teacher, and he was also a scholar of these things, and he wrote an article called something with the word calendrical, and that's how I learned the word calendrical. Calculations on like the Second Temple period. And there's a lot of math in it, so I couldn't repeat it here, but it was a wonderful article all about the calculations in the Second Temple period.
Well, I think it's an appropriate conversation. Thanks for bringing that up, Howard, because if it weren't for the calendar that we've kind of all agreed to live together as a world, because if you look at the way things are going through, the cycles of illness are peaking. So, you get your stay-at-home order and it peaks and then it gets better, but those are different all over the world, and yet we're still kind of all together in time because we have agreed on a calendar.
We have, but in Jewish history, at least maybe 1,700 years ago or so, we did not. We were not all in agreement with the calendar.
Well, I'm glad we are now.
And if you add to that the fact that at that same period there was the emergence of a new religion, Christianity, which also had its own calendar. So then you see how the calendar really was really a difficult topic, and now we kind of all together in one calendar, most Jews. Although, we have a calendar of certain holidays for the land of Israel and some in the diaspora.
Right.
So, but we all agree. We all agree on that. we all agree on that.
We are in Passover, and it is Shabbat.
Thanks for sharing all your wonderful simchas with us on this Shabbat. We now gather all the words that you have shared, and we offer this prayer. Divine source of blessings, we thank you for everything that enriches our lives. We turn to you now with gratitude as we share the happiness of those who have marked their birthday anniversaries, good news, and accomplishments. Adonai, be with them now and always. May they be blessed with health and happiness, and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. As we honor each one of you for the gifts that you bring to our sacred community, we join together in song to mark this sacred occasion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. We now prepare for our moment of remembrance and invite you to turn to page 596, 596. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear. But if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction, he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great preacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wished to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. We now think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us. We are observing the Shloshim period for Richard Dick Furtick, great uncle of Laura Bolter, and Virginia Esser, aunt of Glenn Esser. And on this Shabbat, we remember those who died in this season in years past, especially the following yortsides of members of our congregation: Esther Abend, Joseph Abend, Irino Bellotti, Francis Butcher, Marlene Zarlinski, Duana Linville Draylus, Morris Ellis, Teresa Estrada, Florence Fine, Meyer Fish, Dorothy Frank, Samuel L. Fried, Martin Gilges, Louis Glazer, William Goldman, Morton Hellman, Rose Inger, Herbert Eisenberg, Don Levine, Carolyn Nelkin, Sherry Nelkin, Eileen Broskow Porter, Shirley Rabinovitz, Marlene Rosenthal, Charles Rubens, Edward Serlin, Hazel Stapleton, Joseph Stark. If you are reciting Kaddish today for a loved one that we have not mentioned, please add their names on the comment line. Zichronam livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. On page 598, if you're able, please join us as we rise for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Itgadal v'itkadah shemei rabba, be'alema divra chirute ve'amlich malchute, b'chayachon u'v'yamechon, u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. יהא שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דא אמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. We have a few announcements. maybe a few more because we're still doing Pesach, so we have some other things coming up. First, as always, we would like to thank our friends here at Blue Fox.
Thank you, Blue Fox.
For hosting us today, and to everyone who has joined us from our area and from around the world. Love having Howard here with that.
So far away.
Bye.
So we can't even.
We can't even.
We're not
reach
even
each other.
pretending. We're not even pretending.
And Les, it's always great to have you. Thank you. We will be back here tomorrow morning at 10:30 for our morning service, streaming on Facebook Live. If you would like to join us for Torah study, our Sichat Shabbat will begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. on Zoom. Please see the event on Facebook for more information. Kindly leave your email in the comments if you'd like to be added to that distribution list for next Shabbat class. Next week, we will be back here on Facebook Live for our virtual Pesach morning service with Yizkor. It's Wednesday, April 15th. Excuse me. Pesach morning service next week with Yizkor. Oh. It's Wednesday, April 15 at 10:30 a.m. I think we have everything we need.
Yes. Oh, two things. One, for those of you that have been following along on the song sessions, there will be no song session next week, Passover break, Pesach break, but I'll be back the next week on Wednesday, the 22nd at 7 o'clock. So if you've got songs that you'd like to do, shoot me a note, and we'll see if we can get them worked in, moving away from Pesach songs onto just regular prayers and fun songs. And I had a question for you. All of this, I mean, that's a lot of information, a lot of services happening next week. Is there a way, if I lose the information between now and next Shabbat, to get all of this?
You can always email us, call us, or message us on Facebook. We'll try to answer right back to you. But we have now weekly e-news coming out.
Oh, excellent. When does that come out?
Friday morning at 6 a.m.
You have to be on your computer at 6 a.m. to get it?
Well, you can be anytime after 6 a.m.
Okay.
I hope not, because I hope to have my head on my pillow at 6 a.m.
So, but about around 7, it should be in your inbox, and it will give you links.
Excellent.
But from now until Wednesday, you can, contact us, and we'll help you
Excellent.
find the information. Another song based on Song of Songs, Shir HaShirim. It's on page 129. Join us. Shabbat Shalom. Chag
Shabbat
Sameach. Happy
Shalom.
Passover,
Mwah.
everybody.